Throughout history, one pattern quietly repeats itself. Jesus withdrew from crowds. Moses climbed the mountain. Elijah entered the wilderness. Buddha meditated beneath a tree. Monks sought mountains. Mystics entered caves. Shamans walked into forests. Different civilization, different beliefs. Yet they all seemed to move in the same direction. Away from the noise. Why? History records where many, if humanity's deepest spiritual, journeys took place. Mountains, forests, deserts, rivers, caves. Not because nature held all the answers, but perhaps because nature removed the distractions. Was the mountain sacred, or did it simply make silence possible? Today our mornings begin differently. Alarms, notifications, headlines, emails, social media. Before our minds fully wake, something else already has our attention. Never before has humanity had access to so much information. Yet many people say they've never felt so distracted. Modern researchers have spent decades studying meditation, mindfulness, and time spent in nature. Many studies suggest these practices can improve attention, reduce stress, and support emotional well-being. They don't prove enlightenment, but they do reveal a pattern. When the noise decreases, something within us often changes. Deep inside the brain sits the pineal gland, small, hidden. Science associated with melatonin, sleep, and our relationship with light and darkness. That much is accepted. But for something so small, it has inspired enormous curiosity. Long before neuroscience, the pine cone appeared throughout history. Ancient carvings, temples, religious artwork, sacred architecture. Historians offer different interpretations. Yet one question remains. Why did this symbol appear across multiple civilizations? Thousands of years ago, traditions from India described chakras as centers of awareness within the human experience. These teachings weren't presented as modern anatomy. They were frameworks for understanding consciousness. Whether accepted or questioned, another pattern appears. Breath, stillness, awareness. Prayer, meditation, mindfulness, contemplation, solitude, different names, different paths, yet remarkably similar beginnings. Slow down, become still, listen. Imagine trying to hear a whisper in the middle of a stadium. The whisper may be real, but the noise is louder. Could the same be true of our thoughts, our awareness, our intuition? Perhaps the question isn't whether something is speaking, but whether we can still hear it. Today, perhaps the world's most valuable resources isn't oil or gold, it's attention. Entire industries compete for it. News, entertainment, social media, advertising, algorithms. What happens when you take yours back? Perhaps the mountain wasn't the miracle. Perhaps the cave wasn't the miracle. Perhaps silence created the condition that made awareness possible. Maybe the ancient search wasn't for more information. Maybe it was for perception. So maybe the question isn't what they found in the wilderness. Maybe the question is, what might we discover if we finally became quiet enough to truly listen? Truth through a Sagittarius lens.